Fransisco.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's Thursday in the morning. Kids at school. I need to pack. I'm going to G-Fest, or not G-Fest, GodzillaFest. Tonight, I'm leaving right after dinner, and I have not packed at all. I'm sort of half-packed because I had done Power Morphicon, but I need to, whatever. Anyway, I've been going through my checklist of everything that I have to do today before I leave. And one thing that I don't have to do is go have coffee with some people from the parent group, but that is what I'm going to do because I have gotten bad sleep the last couple nights because I've been sick, even though I don't seem it. I have like a sore throat, maybe it's strep throat, I don't know, but it's primary thing it does is make it hard to sleep because it hurts and it wakes me up. And I've been taking antibiotics and that's been getting better. And so last night I thought it'd be the first night I'd get a good night's sleep, but my kid decided to have night terrors all night. And this is not something she typically has. About a month ago, for a week straight, she woke up constantly all night. And when I say wake up, it's nothing I can do. Like if I go in there, she's not awake. She's just screaming for like a minute or two and then falls back asleep every hour or two throughout the night. It's lovely for everyone. But anyway, I got no sleep last night. And then she decided to just be awake at like 5:30, when normally it's more like 7. So no sleep, and I got a lot to do. And I got to get a cup of coffee anyway. And I'm like, well, instead of, yeah, I'm just going to go have a cup of coffee and chill out because whatever. I need to leave to catch my plane in less than 4 hours, and I'm literally just starting to pack. Now, some of this, again, is going to be a little easier because I had done a show not too long ago, but that was also a local show. It wasn't one I had to fly to. Part of me is annoyed at myself for not getting on this sooner, and part of me is glad that I only have a little bit of time because I don't have 4 hours to go. I have 4 hours left to leave, but I only have so much time before I got to watch my kid again, and then there's dinner, and like, so I kind of have to just quickly do it and not agonize over the choices, and I have to pack lighter than I'd like to, and these are all good things. So here we go. So this has all my 11 by 17 prints, one of these racks, one of the foots for this, and some other random, most of my clothes. This is a cool thing. I used to try to get this onto a flat like scale like we would stand on. I got this for Christmas from Tech Advisor Urzuki. It's amazing. You hold it up and, well, I can't do it with one hand, but it's like, this is like 46 pounds or something like that. I could technically squeeze some more stuff in, but I'm gonna call it done. Of all my 9x6 prints here, this is a lot of them are Power Rangers. I only brought Mighty Morphin because those are the ones that sell. I didn't bring almost no bags and boards because I'm getting them sent to the big dog's house. And then I brought all my Kamen Rider and my Godzilla and Japanese stuff, and that's less than one box. There's a lot of filler in here. I'm kind of getting out of the pin game, or at least not stocking it the way I used to. So I brought every single Godzilla pin I have left, plus just a couple popular Power Rangers, and just that. So that's pretty good. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit, I want to fit that and one of those and that rack in here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. I might have to put some of it in my backpack. I am entitled to a carry-on, but that's going to be my backpack, and that's going to be my personal item. So this one is not going to be used. 4:05, I need to leave in about 2 hours, and I think I'm mostly packed, like 90% packed. Just under 50, it's like 45, 46. This one's like barely 40. And I threw a couple extra prints in there, but the bummer is that there's not really room. Like I have some things I could bring, and it's less about the weight and more about the space at this point. So I have that. The other bummer is, even though I have theoretically weight in there, this heavy chunker has to go in my backpack because, again, it won't fit. So I got my backpack, which basically just like my iPad and that. Then I have all my prints and display stuff and clothing, and then that's gonna be my personal item. Maybe I should bring this too so I could reweigh, because once before I had a thing where I mispacked it, and even though I had enough weight allowance, it was distributed incorrectly, and I ended up getting charged because I couldn't repack right then on my way onto the plane. So I'll bring this with me. And yeah, toothbrush and stuff like that, and that's about it. Maybe I'll have time to shower and shave before I go. Who knows? Now, some of you may remember when I went to Power Morphicon. Actually, I don't know if I talked about this. I got a flat. It was annoying, but it was early in the day, and it was more about me trying to get the flat fixed before I went on my trip so that the car at home would be okay for others to use. And that was, it was just completely flat. It was a tiny hole. I don't know how it happened. I was driving, it was like flat. This, I drove myself to the airport, so I don't have to worry about anybody else. I couldn't find the lot I was supposed to be in. I'm driving around looking for the lot, and I got in the wrong lane. I'm like, oh, let me get out of that lane. And there were some of those little, like, not like the things you back over that's cause severe tire damage, but just like little bumpy reflectors. And so I went over those, and I went ba-bump, and it sounded too ba-bumpy. Now, I don't believe they're intended to pop tires, and I wasn't going like 1,000 miles an hour, but I think my tires were old and hot, and hit it at just the right angle that it popped it, and within a minute or two was flat. And then I limped, finally finding the correct lot. And I'm like, you know what? I know it's bad to drive on a flat tire. And it was 100% flat by this point. It'll hurt the rim and whatever else. So let me put a can of Fix-A-Flat. That'll get me over here because I don't have time to fix it. Got to go to the airport. The Fix-A-Flat just started. It was like a guy. It got all over me. It was just because the hole was like this big. It was like a flap just flying out the side. It was wild. I mean, I'm glad it happened when I was going slow, because if it happened on like the highway, I probably would have been in trouble. But so now I'm here. I limped to this spot, and I'm going to go to the airport. And when I get back, I'm going to have to try to change it for a donut, hoping that I didn't damage the car in some way. But I can't deal with it now. It's off to a good start. I've got about an hour and a half before my flight. I'm waiting for the courtesy shuttle because theoretically I could push it, but I think my terminal's over there. Maybe it'd be quicker to push it, if not more strenuous, but I also am not feeling lucky today for reasons, so hopefully it comes by soon. So I got to the airport. There was a problem. I thought I was TSA pre-check, but I couldn't remember. And while I was trying to ask this, the guy's like, well, it doesn't matter because your boarding pass date of birth doesn't match your license. And I'm like, good, am I going home? I'm like, no, go downstairs, get it fixed. So I did, and it got handled, but it was just another thing. And I'm kind of running. And even though I left early enough to, have that padding in case things go wrong, things keep going wrong. And I'm getting nervous about the time, and so they get that squared away. And there aren't that many people here. It's like pretty dead and chill, and like I feel like the flight's not even gonna be full. And going through security should have been quick, and it was kind of quick because there's not that many people in front of me. But it was like the guy in front of me was like, "Should I take my laptop out?" And it sounded like they said yes. I'm like, "Oh, I better take out my iPad." Like, "No, don't take out your iPad. Put it back in your bag." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I got a little tray to put my shoes on. Like, "You don't need a tray for your shoes. Put it in the other." Like, and it's just like, and like, what is that? Just like more questions than I've ever gotten, and like really annoyed that I didn't know their particular protocol, even though if you traveled at all, like every time I fly, every airport has its own protocol depending on the day and temperature, Anyway, I got through, but then they held my bag for a long time for some reason, and they're like, okay, here you go. And so I hustled down here, and I made it in time, and the flight's delayed. Right now, only 30 minutes, but it would have been nice though, because I wouldn't have been stressing so much knowing I had an extra 30 minutes. And now that I'm here, I don't want that extra 30 minutes. I'm complaining. None of this, the flat tire is the really big problem, and that was stressful, driving on an essentially flat tire at like 4 miles an hour in the lot I need to be in. So it didn't make sense to like get towed or something, but it was like, and there was no spots. I had to go like up and down like 5 rows. That sucked, and when I get home, fixing that will suck. Everything else is an inconvenience on the way, but yeah, I'm happy to be here relaxing now. I got another coffee, kind of on a whim, like a slushy frappuccino-y kind of vanilla coffee. Just because I'm like, I deserve this because things are hard, and that's, how that's that logic that doesn't make sense. And also because I had a cappuccino when I left my house, like on the road. That was my dinner, a cappuccino and Dunkin' Donuts, healthy. But also with my sore throat, I was like, oh, well, the ice will feel good on it, and it does. But I'm realizing it's like 8 o'clock at night, and I don't need to be up at 2 in the morning. So now I'm like, should I drink? And I got a small mug. Should I drink this? None of this matters. Not my favorite sound. That was the fastest boarding I've had in a long time. There's like no one on here. It's fantastic. We're ready to go. That thing's cool. Oh, there's a little video camera in it. I feel like I've seen this before, but not in a while. Anyway, I'm here in San Jose, and despite how bad everything went, that was a lovely flight. It was less than an hour. There was nobody sitting near me. I drew the whole time and listened to a podcast. Best flight maybe I've ever been on. Okay, well, now back to the real world and baggage claim. All right, so it's 10:20. We were originally supposed to land at 10. We got pushed back a half hour, yet somehow we landed. I got my bags, and I'm on the curb, 10:20. Typically, even if it wasn't delayed, I wouldn't be out here this quick because there was like, I think there was like maybe a third, not even a third full plane. It was great. As bad as the beginning was, that's how good the flight was. I'm remembering that I have a flat tire to deal with later, but that's in 4 days. So, future Gaz, deal with that. Hey, it's Friday,
morning. It's going on 8. Get back a little bit. I slept better than you would think on this couch. Still only got about 4 hours sleep. 3. Yeah, something like that. I was up late. Got it from the flight. We went to a couple stores, got food, and then talked. I've been up for, I don't know, at least a half hour, maybe more. I kind of want to go back to sleep, but I know everybody's going to be getting up in a minute. I think I woke up to the coffee maker going. Sounded like water. Then I had to pee. I heard water. I made water. Mine was less brown and more yellow, which is healthier that way. I just got up. My filter's not working. The coffee filter's working. My brain mouth filter is not working. Anyway, I also, they have a 1-year-old, a little bit more than a 1-year-old, and she's right through this wall here, and I could hear her like, wow, go, making the cutest noises, actually, which my kid has done that, we're in a different phase, but even when she was at this age, she was much more likely to be like, hey, not speaking, but just like either crying or demanding attention in some way. And this kid's just been like making cute noises for like a half hour, which woke me up, but pleasantly. Yeah, so today I'm gonna, a box of prints and a box of bags of boards came here, which saved me from having to travel with them, but I need to process them, open them up, sleeve them, put them in and stuff like that. So I'm gonna work on that, and if I get that all done, then maybe do a little bit more drawing on the iPad and figure out what time I'm heading up to the city to maximize time to get ready versus being bored sitting up there versus traffic.
It's like 3 o'clock on Friday. I haven't done a good job. I at the big dog's house, and if you hear that, that's the little dog, the pup. I got my prints. I inventoried them. I got my bags and boards. I sleeved those. I did a lot of prep work. I inventoried some of my other prints because I don't know if I said this, but with this show, I'm bringing a certain amount of inventory, and I'm charting what I have coming with me. And that way I don't have to worry about what's going out. I check the money, of course, but I don't have to worry about what prints I'm selling, for example. I will be missing those at the end. That's the plan anyway, which is good also if someone else is watching my booth for me or sells something for me. It's not like, well, what'd you sell? I could just be like, thank you for the money. And so the downside is that I'm staying here, so I don't have to, it's nice to just stay with friends instead of a hotel, and B, I don't have to pay hotel fees, but the downside is it's gonna be about $100 to get there. The good news is I can bring my suitcases and everything because, my setup can fit into a car because it can fit onto a plane. I'm gonna get there and partially set up and then have dinner with an artist buddy of mine, and then maybe finish setting up or maybe already be done setting up for the 1.5 to 2 hours of showtime there is tonight, which is odd, and it's only for the VIPs, so I don't know what to expect. I kind of expect to set up and fart around and come home. And then will I have to pay $100? Will it be cheaper? Could I catch a ride with someone? Not having all my stuff might make it easier. We shall see. But right now I just had a delicious donut, and I'm gonna have a Starbucks while I wait for my lift. This guy, he keeps following me around. Hot now. It's not like 105 degrees. I don't know what it is, but I had a hoodie that I took off, but you can see I got my pile once again. There was a note in the lift, so I was able to say, hey, I got some bags, make sure there's room. So hopefully that won't be a problem. It hasn't in the past, but I always worry. Yeah, and so now we're gonna go to San Francisco, which should take about an hour and a half. It's actually gonna be a longer drive than my flight was, which I'm just now calculating is a bizarre thing. And so yeah, that's the plan. I will probably listen to podcasts. I might try to draw, but it's kind of hard to draw in a bouncy car, so we'll see. It's 5 o'clock. This is the gymnasium above the Japanese Cultural Center. This is my spot, and I need to set up. 6:20, I moved from there to there. And I need another horizontal piece to fill that. This is a new one that I don't have up there, but I'm gonna hang here. I'm gonna hang all here, kind of like what they did. And I gotta fill these in, but pretty soon I'm gonna go get some dinner before setup, and then we have an hour and 10 minutes until we should be set up, and then theoretically an hour and 40 minutes till people should come in. So if people came in right now, whatever, I could figure it out, but it'd be nice to be a little bit more put together. And yeah, so we are literally in a gymnasium above the cultural center. And so you can see they have Super 7 here, which is kind of impressive that they would come to a show this small. And we got some pinball machines and stuff like that. Maybe at some point I'll be able to enjoy some of this, but not right now. Although, happy that I'm no longer car sick. I got very car sick from the ride up. The guy was going fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow for about an hour and a half in traffic. And I thought I was gonna puke, but I'm okay now. I burped a whole lot. This place was awesome. Just got some tomato udon. You wanna be in a video?
Oh, let's do it, yeah. Yummy.
Yeah, this is Nick. He's the nice Nick. Back from having some really good udon over at the Japantown Mall, and I guess they let the VIP people in a few minutes early. And people taking pictures with Godzilla. A few empty tables still, probably people coming tomorrow but didn't want to come out tonight. A little bit more of a crowd than I would have expected. So pretty cool. Don't regret getting that food because it was delicious. This is not as gourmet or as unique as the Japantown meal I had, but Big Dog. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Big Dog getting some Japanese toys together because I have an exhibitor table so he can sell if he wants to. I was reading Kaiju number 8. It's like 1:20 in the morning. I'm so tired. I got 4 hours sleep last night. I had some coffee, felt okay. Planned on getting more sleep tonight. Somehow I'm going to bed after, yeah, I don't know. Doing a bad job. But the other thing is, I have a lot of concerns with the way this show is organized, and I thought today would be a complete waste of time, to be honest. And in some ways, it was, especially for a lot of other vendors. But I got really lucky. I made a fair amount of money. I made a lot of money for the fact that the show was only open for an hour and a half to VIPs. But a lot of that was just luck because I don't normally sell original art almost ever, you know, but I brought some. And when I do bring it, it's not like it's flying off the shelves. And I had one person buy 3 pieces of my original art. And that pretty much paid for my table right there. So that was a good piece of luck. So I'm feeling good. I got to hang out with Nick and Alex. We went to IHOP after. I got too many pancakes. I'm so tired. Why am I talking? I gotta go to bed because I'm trying to recap and make this a nice little vlog. And I gotta plug things in. I'm so tired. I gotta plug me in by turning me off.